Okay, good afternoon. Um, so we've got pretty good crowd out here tonight. I think should be good. We got a lot of fans coming out, and as you probably already saw, we put out a press release about some of the players not going to practice tonight. So I can't talk any more about that because of league protocols. But questions?
One quarterback available today. What are your expectations for Jake Browning potentially if that's the guy who's available?
Jake's done a good job, so we'll just keep getting better. And he's a really really smart kid.
Do you think you're going to put some guys on the list, the COVID-19 list here, very soon?
I
Have
don't.
you already? Or
I don't. I don't. I don't know. I don't.
I guess how frustrating is it for you that this happened, considering how much you've preached getting the vaccine and trying to prevent this from
Yeah. Um, that's why people should get vaccinated.
Hey, Mike, just from that end too, because I mean, we could talk about people's rights and what people want, but this might come down to actually wins and defeats. How important is this just to you? Forget the human aspect, but the football coach aspect who is obviously trying to win football games here.
Yeah. Well, something like this happens the day before a game. It has a chance to get you in the playoffs. Or something like that. But this Delta variant is rough, and you know, you can see the cases going up every single day now, and that's why, for the sake of everybody's health, I think it's important. But that's some people don't understand, I guess. Sorry, Bob.
could this be a potential wake-up call? I mean, obviously much better happening now than later, of course.
How do you know? Some guys are pretty staunch.
So are you mad? Are you accepting of this, or like?
Quite honestly, going through everything that we went through last year, I'm not surprised one bit. Um, I am disappointed that this happened. Um, I'm frustrated with not just my football players that won't get vaccinated. I'm frustrated with everybody. So we'll just do the best we can, and um, you know, it's disappointing.
Mike, did you consider calling off tonight's practice? We don't know how many obviously you're going to have out there. Was that a potential for tonight?
No, nope, no. We're not gonna fold our tents because a couple guys aren't here.
How much does that affect what you're able to accomplish when you're missing guys at presumably key positions? How do you then have to change the structure of the practice?
Yeah, we really didn't change it much. I'm gonna. I mean, we've had to adapt some things, obviously, but if all these other guys got to get work, so we're trying to get installs in. We're still trying to get work done. We're still trying to, and these fans are all coming out here tonight too. So I'm not, it's not. It's just, kind of next man up deal.
Like on Jake too, how confident are you with him to potentially be the backup, and could tonight go a long way towards trying to decide if you should go out and sign a veteran who just has played in games before, basically?
Yeah, well, I think Jake's really, like I said earlier, really smart. He's vaccinated. That helps, to be the backup. So as we move forward here, but he's going to get a ton of reps, obviously tonight, and he's I don't know, saying it's going to go long ways because we still got a lot of camp to go, but we'll see. But I mean, he's out there, he's available. That's important. It's important to be available when you're playing football in a team sport.
Last year, some teams decided to keep one quarterback outside of the quarterback room in meetings to prevent this from happening. Is that the procedure you went through this time around?
Is it the procedure we went through?
Yeah, to keep a quarterback out of the quarterback room just in case of a contact.
we might do it in the future, but I mean, obviously we didn't do it now.
Practice in front of the fans. Does it become more of a scrimmage type, or are you trying to just keep it a regular practice?
Yeah, it's just regular practice. We're not in pads yet, so we're just still working on things, and it's just there's a lot of guys going to get a lot of good reps tonight.
In pads when, Mike?
Excuse me?
What day are you going to put
Monday.
the pads on? On
Monday,
Monday?
yeah.
Okay.
Quality, been a concern at all, or just something you're monitoring?
No, Kendricks was the only one. He had a N95 mask on. I asked him why I can't say whether or not he was vaccinated or not, but he said, I said, why are you wearing that? And he said, well, it's the best against smoke or something. But other than that, no, it hasn't been.
Would you expect some of these players impacted by the COVID-19 protocols to not be available in practice next week? What's your thinking on that?
Just whatever league tells us, I don't know.
Vikings are honoring Corey Stringer tonight. Wonder if you'd like to kind of make a comment about his legacy since it marks 20 years since his passing.
I know he's a really good player here. I didn't know him or know of him very much. I know it was 20 years to the day, but from what everybody told me, he was a great guy, and it just was unfortunate.
Night practice. So you mentioned the fans, probably more coming out tonight on a weekend night. You've had fans for 3 days in a row. How does the intensity change in the night practice?
Yeah, I don't think it'll change a lot. They've been pretty intense out here the last few days. We had a really good crowd out here yesterday, and that seemed to pick up some of the intensity a little bit. So hopefully we'll continue to do that. We got a long way to go. We still got a lot of work to do that. We can't start getting complacent at all. We got to keep cranking and grinding.
Mike, how will it work for any of the players that are either close contacts or positive? As when you guys start getting back to meetings following tonight, will they have to go virtual?
They'll have to go virtual until they're admitted back in the building, and there's the high risk close contact, and then there's just close contact. So. With that, there's different protocols that they have to follow.
We've got Danielle
This
Hunter.
feels like we lost a game or something.
Danielle Hunter's going to be talking to us. I know you commented on how good his first day of practice was, but can you just kind of give an overview overall on how he's looked so far in camp?
Yeah, he's looked terrific. Really good in the run game, really good in the passing game. It's nice to have him back out there. Obviously, he's a really smart kid, takes a lot of pride in what he's trying to do. Really good with the rest of the guys as far as now becoming one of the veteran leaders in the group. And, I'm glad we have him. Wish we had 10 more like him.
Mike, he's lined up, I've seen, at right end as well. I think he might have stood up once or twice. Are you contemplating trying to scoot him around a bit without the right end settled?
Yeah, well, we're going to move him around anyway because we don't want to get people, where they can put a tight end over there, make sure they're chipping, chipping him. We want to make sure that we can move him around to a lot of different places. Yeah.
Mike, do you guys know yet if these players are high risk close contacts or just low risk or regular
I do,
risk
but I
or
can't
whatever?
comment.
Mike, on Darrisaw, what's the timetable like for him to potentially start early in the season or at some point with him being out for so long? At what point do you get to a place where you're not comfortable necessarily putting him into games because he's not practicing?
Yeah. I always hate, giving timelines, but I don't think he's going to be much longer, but, don't quote me on those. So I don't think he's going to be too much longer. And he's a smart guy, but we'll just have to see, when it gets to, if he's rusty when he comes back, if he's making mistakes and things like that. We'll just have to see.
Time for 2 more?
Obviously, he was dealing with that injury or the post-surgery stuff back in the spring. Did he come back in the shape that you expected him to a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, he was in pretty good shape. Yeah.
Right guard, Mike. Is Dakota in front right now? Is that just an open competition between him and Oliudo?
Yeah, it's basically open along with Samia. Those three guys are trying to find out where we go. We let one guy go on first team on one day, and then come back the next day. So we're just mixing it up a little bit. I've been impressed with Udo and the things he's done. He's a big, wide body guy, very athletic, long arms, smart. He had a mistake yesterday, I guess it was at practice, but most of the time he does pretty good.
With Davis, was the plan when you brought him in?
Excuse me?
With Wyatt Davis, was the plan to start cross-training him at right guard and center? Did you see something early on
Yeah.
that made you want to do that?
We didn't really think that that's what we were going to do, but as time went on, and I think something happened in OTAs, and we needed another center, so we used him, and then we got a center hurt, the other day. So we've just been kind of mixing some in there. Okay, thank you.